Oceanography is a very important topic of geography. Why? Because of the Earth crust, 71% of the area is covered with oceans, while only 29% with land, and the population of world is increasing. That's why the space to live, work is falling short for people, and man is enticed to resources because land resources are also limited while ocean resources are unlimited. That's why man is advancing towards ocean in search of oceans and researches. Contrary to it, ocean is also not stagnant, rather ocean is also proceeding and encroaching the land area due to global warming and sea level rising. So there is a struggle between humanity and ocean. That's why oceanography is very important topic. Let us study what is difference between oceanography and oceanology. Oceanography is the simple description or graphical description of oceans with cause and effect, while oceanology is the scientific study of all the segments or ingredients of the oceans. The second word is hydrosphere and hydrology. As you know that hydrosphere is a syllabus in undergraduate classes, while in postgraduate classes this is termed oceanography, and in undergraduate classes it is hydrosphere, but sometimes in science faculty it is termed hydrology. So let us understand difference between hydrosphere and oceanography, which one looks broader and which one narrower. Undoubtedly, hydrosphere is very wide and broad term because hydrosphere is the study of water in all the states everywhere, and water is present in liquid form in oceans, rivers, lakes, groundwater or subsurface water. Water is also found in solid state in high altitude mountains and high latitude. At the same time, water is found in atmosphere in gaseous state. That's why hydrosphere is the scientific study of water in all states everywhere on the earth, while this oceanography is a part of hydrosphere, wherein we concentrate on the study of ocean basins water. So now UPSC has prescribed a number of points or syllabus in the civil services course, and other commissions also have prescribed nearly this course, and this is sufficient for undergraduate as well as PG students. The first chapter is Oceans and Introduction. Although it has not been prescribed in the course, even then you should understand it because the questions, general questions, may be asked in it, and in it we will study how the oceans have been separated. For example, you are expected to separate South Atlantic from South Pacific and Indian Ocean from Pacific Ocean. That's why some attention is needed there. The next topic will be Paleoceanography. In Paleoceanography, we will study the past oceans. The present oceans which we see on the globe were not in the past. In past, there was Panthalassa, then Open Tethys, then North Atlantic Ocean, then South Atlantic Ocean, then Indian Ocean, then Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. This way, we will have a historical perspective of oceans, and at the same time we will see that in the coming time new oceans will open. For example, there is possibility of new ocean along the Rift Valley of Africa and along the Delhi-Haridwar Halsey Ridge to Okhotsk Sea, and tectonic events happening there are indicating this possibility. The first chapter prescribed is ocean bottom relief, and you are seeing that this is a sea level, and this is ocean basin, and ocean basin is made up of a number of relief. As you study relief features on the continents like mountain, plateau, plain, in the same way, here is relief like continental shelf, slope, deep sea plain, canyon, trench, deep, and ridge, and this is called epicontinental sea. So this is ocean bottom relief. If you are blessed to travel on foot on this sea level, then you will not have experience of ocean bottom. But if you will travel on this, you will feel that a number of topography are there, and these topography are mainly the result of endogenic forces, and this topography is being represented with the help of hypsometric or hypsographic curve that is undergoing continuous change due to tectonic activity. The second point will be salinity. If you are traveling on foot in the ocean, certainly you will be thirsty and you will drink water, and that water is not fresh as found on the land, rather it is saline. That's why you will have to study the salinity from the sea surface to sea bottom, and you will study that the salinity from the sea level to bottom continuously increases, and this salinity has wide impact on the biotic conditions or biosphere of the oceans. And next point will be here ocean temperature and heat budget. If you are floating on the sea level, here temperature on average will be 25 degrees Celsius, but that temperature will vary from equator to pole. For example, in equatorial region, this temperature will be higher, and while going towards pole, it will be reduced to zero near Arctic and Antarctic circles. That's why the temperature of water will be studied horizontally and vertically. And as we study heat budget in atmosphere, in the same way there is study of heat budget in ocean water also, because if the sea level temperature has plus 25 degrees Celsius and bottom temperature -2 or -4 degrees Celsius, so certainly nature cannot tolerate variation, rather it will try to maintain heat balance that will be subject matter of heat budget. Next point is currents, waves and tides. Now, fed up of the traveling of this ocean bottom, come upon the sea level or sea surface. Here what you are seeing, that very important topic is current, and current is very important phenomena of the sea. Currents flow due to the difference in salinity, waves, rotation of the earth and other factors. And next is wave. Wave is mainly caused by wind, which creates turbulence in water, and it has erosional impact on the coastal area, and it causes erosional and depositional landforms in coastal areas, which is being studied in geomorphology. And next turbulence is tide in oceanic water, which is caused by the traction of the moon and the sun. And likewise, a number of disturbances are there, like tsunami, which will be studied in it. But tsunami is associated with the earthquake. That's why it is relevant to study tsunami with earthquake. Now come to topic number 6, ocean deposits. When you were traveling from this ocean bottom, you experience that there is a mud and deposition of a number of biotic and abiotic sediments, because here phyto and zooplanktons are found abundantly in the ocean, and after their death they are being deposited in ocean bottom, and about 500 meter thick layer is found. And this study of sedimentation or sedimentology in ocean also helps us to study paleoclimate, paleoocean and other past conditions. Now next point is, while studying ocean deposit, there is a coral reef. Coral is also a zooplankton which in some special conditions are found abundantly, especially along Cancer and Capricorn to the east of continents, that we will study there with cause and effect here. Only coral reefs are very important, attracting tourists, and coral reefs are used for cement industry, but coral bleaching is a very important environmental phenomena today, in which we will see how corals are being killed due to environmental degradation in ocean body, and a number of efforts at national and international governments have been adopted for protecting them. Next point is marine resources, and if you have traveled from along this bottom and you have traveled from over the sea level, then you are greedy of, you means man is greedy of energy and resources, and man is identifying a number of resources which are marine. The main resources are biotic, mineral and energy. In biotic, we see that fish, flora, fauna and others are found which are of medicinal importance also, and the mineral resources are also found here, like here in the ocean bottom at some depth some special minerals like aluminium, polymetallic nodules and iron, nickel are found there, and polymetallic nodules are formed at ocean bottom, and these are mixture of nickel, iron and which are excavated for human use, and likewise gas and petroleum deposits are here also found, which are oceanic as well as offshore deposits which are mined and which are drilled from all over the world, especially in coastal area, for example Bombay High. Likewise there are mineral resources and mineral energy. And next point will be energy resources. In energy, as we know that as this water of sea surface moves, we see the potential of energy, and we take the energy from waves, which is called wave energy, energy from tide, which is called tidal energy, and otic energy, ocean thermal energy conversion, and there is Osprey energy, ocean soil power renewable energy, that we will study in detail. So there is a sufficient possibility of energy resources from oceans. And next point is sea level changing. After going through all the topics of oceanography, next phenomena, very important phenomena we are observing is sea level change. This is a permanent sea level. This is called mean sea level. This is permanent. But due to climatic change, this sea level varies. Why? Because this surface of sea is in direct contact with atmosphere. When there is global warming, the sea level rises up, which is called positive sea level change, but during global cooling, the sea level gets down or sea level experiences negative change. That's why sea level change is also very important point to study, and we have studied that during two periods, means Carboniferous and Pleistocene, there was phase of atmospheric cooling. Even during the cooling, sun was between Cancer and Capricorn, and some evaporation took place from the low latitudes, and that evaporated water through tricellular circulation reached on the poles and higher altitudes, and where that gaseous water was frozen. That's why here in low latitude sea level experience negative change. But at present, during the phase of global warming, when ice in the high latitude and on the high altitude is melting, the water level is rising and the sea level is undergoing this positive change. So, positive and negative change is the nature of the ocean that we will study. Now, our next point is law of the sea. As you know that if there are two neighboring countries which have water body or ocean in between the two, for example, take Indonesia and Malaysia. Here, island countries are there. Between those, water bodies there, and that water has a number of resources like fish and others. So, both countries try to capture more and more resource and more land area. But to avoid this dispute, which is occurring at international level all over world, United Nations of Organization, UNO has prescribed some rules which is being followed and adopted by the international organizations, or say by all the countries. And suppose this is India and this is Lakshadweep island, and the sovereignty of India is over this Lakshadweep island, means Lakshadweep is an integral political geographical part of India. So, between mainland and Lakshadweep, this ocean completely belongs to India. But from this Lakshadweep, in this open sea, there are some rules which the country has to follow. And from here up to distance of 12 nautical miles, it is called territorial water. And India has all the rights over this distance. From mainland, from this main coast of Lakshadweep up to distance of 24 nautical miles, this is called contiguous zone, where India has some physical and other authorities. And from this point to 200 nautical miles, it is exclusive economic zone, where some powers have been given to India by International Sea Authority Board. So, this law of sea is being applied everywhere. Otherwise, there might have been dispute between India and Sri Lanka and in the countries of Oceania. And our next topic is marine pollution. If man is interfering in ocean to such an extent for different marine resources, biotic, abiotic, energy, certainly there will be pollution. Suppose petroleum drilling and gas drilling also has an adverse impact of marine water because of oil leakage. That's why marine pollution is also very important topic, because we are interfering in it, and sometimes submarine nuclear tests are also being practiced. And last point, very important point, that has not been prescribed by the Commission in examination is applied climatology. in coming time it may be prescribed, but before that let us also study it as we have studied applied geomorphology, applied climatology, then why not applied oceanography? Because it is very important, because man is deeply related with the oceans. So these are the differences between oceanography and oceanology, hydrosphere and hydrology, and these are the important topics for undergraduate student, for PG student, and for competitive students.